if anybody's watching the stream. Probably no, right? Let's see. There. Kitty. Get out of here, Kitty. Don't do it, Kitty. Don't do it, Charlie girl. Alright. I've been thinking about this drawing a lot. And there's a lot I could do to improve it, but I don't have time to do a lot. So, what I gotta do... Charlie, you messed up my camera. Dang it, Charlie. But what was I saying? Oh, what I gotta do to improve this. Pull out some of the details. Some of it doesn't make sense, but I think people will go along with it. If I can cement that, I can probably keep pushing it. But I will say, I might have significant diminishing returns on putting detail into this. So there's an art to knowing when to stop. And I think we're pretty close with this one. So, but this is clearly 2 pages, in my opinion. In my humble opinion. What do you think, kitten? Ah. This is a Reese's Klondike bar. Delicious. I remember really early on in the internet, people would say, you can't eat on camera. Terrible thing to do. And where are those people now? No one says that. That was like one of the first early on hatings. Also, I watched a stand-up comic when I was like, I think like 16 or 17 years old. No, I guess I had to be 18. There's a comedy club in Toledo called Comedy Connections. And there was an opener for someone I wasn't familiar with, but they made a joke about people taking pictures and posting them. So actually, now that I think about it, I definitely have to be an adult because I didn't go to high school with social media. Interesting how the truth comes out, though. It would have been a cooler story. I was like 1 year old when they told that joke. All right, so let's see what we can do with this. Did the red here. Let's kind of look at, see, the shadow really helps a lot. But, I think for now, let's not get too married on the shadow. Let's just look at the black and white ink. Well, the shadow does a lot for it, honestly. It bails me out. But I do want this structure to... The light would be hitting it here. So let's pull that out. Yes. And then here and here. Right, kitten? Right, kitten? And maybe some more right here. There we go. That's actually looking a lot better already. And I think that, yeah, that it would come around here. I'm starting to see perspective. I kind of just used to draw things on a pretty flat, honestly. And I wouldn't shade them. I had the capability of shading. I'd learned shading, but I don't know what I was looking for without doing, the necessary work. Let's see this. Ugh. Yeah, oof. And then maybe we come over here with this. Wonder if... Don't just stand there, kitten. No, I'm just kidding. You can just sit there. Yeah, I guess you don't stand, do you? No, you do stand. But kitten, you know, I'd respect you more if you stood for something. I don't want to be a jerk, but here we go. Here we go, kitten. Ooh. And here we are. And then let's get rid of this. Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit better already. Okay. What do you know? No, seriously, kitten, what do you know? You're not so much of a kitten anymore, are you, girl? Okay. I guess this should get smaller, huh? Or, you know, maybe what we could do with this top one is make it bigger. That's something to consider. A lot of inconsistencies with these characters in size. I didn't really care initially, and now that I've gotten this far, I'm starting to bother me. But you got to stay consistent, even your inconsistencies. If you're inconsistent, be consistent about that, you know. I actually don't know if I feel that way about that now that I thought about it. No, don't laugh at me, kitten. Nah, she don't care. I don't know if Charlie's ever laughed. I don't know if they... What do we do here and here? Don't want to overdo it. Let's maybe come in here and do some of these. These lame little patterns. What am I, like a fifth grader? Ah, you gotta be nice to myself. Get out of my mind, kitten. She took over my mind. That's not me talking to myself. Why would I do that? There we go. A little bit better. A little bit of a touch up. Alright, you kids guys can barely see what I'm doing. That's a bummer. No, it's not. It is what it is. It's interesting. I don't think I've ever done this without. Am I on? Oh, there we go. I've never done this without music. I don't think. It's almost like the animals in the back are the music. Darshibe. Oh, I gotta take these contacts out. Whew. Where are we at here? All right, same drawing. I don't know why I thought I'd see something different. Honestly, you could probably keep it like this. I can maybe come back to it, but let's kind of keep this the way it is. You know what I need to do? I need to do... No, we're not going to... Whoops. Sorry. I need to reset my original layout and see what I got left. But I could probably pull out the macro story. Hmm. Okay. All right. Oh, wow. Hmm. Hmm. Wow. You know what's interesting about this? This is a way different story in my head now. Has there ever been a story about a god, like a god maintaining his terrarium, and then there's the perspective from the deer god, and then you zoom into the terrarium, and there's this like huge adventure that happens. But when you zoom out, the story is like something that's very. These are almost like deciding whether or not to use salt or pepper on a dish or something, or adding, or rather, it's probably more like planting a garden. So it's like, should we put vegetables, vegetables. I don't know, strawberries. Strawberries take a long time to grow. Ooh, I like that idea. Strawberries take a long time to grow. I should write that. Because timing could be a big part of this story. Um, you know what I mean? Like if the mud pillows developed, but Charta took longer to grow, that may not work. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, this needs to be developed. That should be on the stream list, honestly. Oh, you can't see my cursor. It could make this more interesting if anybody ever was interested in watching this. Like, say me in the future. Well, what's kind of interesting is like, never mind, I'm not going to say that out loud. You'll never know. Okay. Yeah, this needs to be developed. pretty much immediately. I think I can just kind of, I'll need to add some more panels to that. I've been trying to do it with less panels, but maybe I could do like that 5-minute panel, like where I'm like, hey, listen, these need to be done at all costs, and I just do 5-minute panels. Oh, there you go. So you have key panels, and then you have 5-minute panels. I might have just figured something out. What else needs to be developed? I know this crash needs to be developed. Oof, that's a lot. And then this needs to be developed. Oof. I should put this on the schedule. This needs to be developed too. That needs to be done more thoroughly with more panels. So maybe I could probably write the panels out. Oh, that could, man, that might be the first time I incorporated writing into my process. I mean, kind of. I feel like writing is almost, for me, whenever I'm writing, I feel like I'm more trying to communicate my idea to someone else, to pass to someone else. So it never has the same punch to it. But writing is a way to communicate. Yeah, definitely. I feel like I'm developing a lurch. Don't let me get a lurch, y'all. And then I have these other ones. I wonder if we could do Oliver's Dream regardless. We got something here. I just gotta punch through some stuff and probably cut a bunch of other stuff. But make sure that the through line is there. Oh, okay. Yeah, why did I even bring Hamder into this story? Just brought Hamder in for no reason. Just because I like the character. What do we do here? Okay. Bum 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 bum. So what we could do is we could introduce the entire crux of the story here. And then maybe the deer god leaves, and that's the end of Mud is Good. And then the next chapter is Science is Bad. Or right here. Next chapter is Science is Bad. And then that's when we meet the Space Cats and their story dynamic. And then we have to Bertram. I think that should be at the end. Or we might put it at the front. Might be a good beginning. Yeah, I don't know why this is over here. We might have to cut Twigman. Yeah, let's cut Twigman. It's got to go. Maybe we just cut Twigman because I think we might be able to cut something out of it, but I think ultimately we're not going to keep it. Okay, then there's this. We meet the cats. Yeah, this isn't too bad. This is pretty good. So this might be an entirely new chapter. So this war is brewing. And where are we at here? This part might be better served up there. Kitten. Hey, Kitten Caboodle. What are you up to? Hanging out? That's cool. That's cool. You a cool cat. Yeah. I almost feel like, I'm going to be completely honest here. I feel like I need to do one more 2-pager, really high detail in my style, which takes a little while to do. But I think it would be the most beneficial one. And so I'm kind of holding out because I want to know, how I'm going to do this. But this is getting kind of fun. Kitten. Kitten. I don't know. I just wanted to bother you. Where are we at here? Hey, what's up, man? How long you been here, Gray Fox? I can't see your chat. Yeah, how come this didn't update me? View stream. View chat. I still don't see Gray Fox's comment. I wonder, the 5th of November. November. Yeah, I don't know. So there's, here this I'm gonna really give myself a rude awakening on this. There is a really good story in here, and it's gonna have to take like a lot more time. But then there's also a story that doesn't work really, and that's what I have right now. But there's actually a median in between where there's a story. I want to say for less than an hour for sure. I had said, "Oh, really? I'm sorry, man. My bad. Yeah, no, I'm just getting back into it. Also, my streaming program updated, so I don't know how to, I haven't seen this stuff. I haven't seen these tools in a while. I haven't streamed in a while. I think it's been, I would say the streams are back on at this point. So if we look March, when did I kind of drop off? Right before Christmas. So it's what, March is 3 months. So that's a long time. Yeah, that's a long time to go to a hiatus. But for me, it's pretty nice to come back to this with fresh eyes. And it's pretty valuable. The interesting thing is, and I think I've talked about this before, so I'm just kind of hammering it down, but it is what it is. I mean, it is the truth in a sense, which is that stories are stories are conduits that you can express yourself in an artistic way. There are a bunch of different mediums to do it. Stories is one way, but like graphic novels and movies, there's multiple layers that you can do expressing yourself. And oftentimes people want to express themselves or only express themselves in one portion of the medium, and that's satisfying for them. I don't know why I said it that way. I think for me, the reason why I do these things is because it's satisfying on many different layers. I can't speak for other people. That's a wiser statement. Because if you think about it, if you're working on a movie and someone does the costumes and that's the only thing they focus on, they could end up doing they'll probably end up doing some incredible work. But if I decided to take on costumes because it's like, I'm creative, I'll figure it out. It's like the quality is going to come down exponentially. So I just have to make sure that I'm in my lanes and then try to find the right people to help elevate what we're trying to accomplish and give them some things that they can, put them in a position to be successful, giving them the right things to do and stuff like that. Graphic novels is something that I think I can, oh, you know what? I got to text one of my friends. I forgot. I'll just be forgetting though. Harry Potter. Oh, yeah. So looking away at this project, this is pretty exciting. I would say we're going to keep this all as one book now. And I think we can put a cap on the Dear God story and the Bassa Charter chapter. With a little bit of Deus Ex Machina. I mean, not really. It's interesting because one of the more complex ideas I have in this story is that gods are not, like, divinity isn't necessarily special. It's just a position in the universe. That the dear God very well could have it, would have a God. This idea that God created himself, that always is frustrating to me. Like, all right. So maybe Dear God did create himself. I don't know. But it's like we're taking the story to another dimension. Don't kitten. And for me, it's I might be repeating myself, but this other layer of the story, which is that from one layer, it's definitely causing some worry, but they don't really care that much. But the lives of the mud pillows and the cats, it's all serious. It is literally life and death. Actually, more often than not, death. There's a lot of death in this squishy story. There was this idea that I had going on with Oliver, and I'm like almost cutting it out. I don't know. I really like it, but I can't really get it in there. Hamder too. I wonder how I'll feel in how many more days. We're at 181. Nah, it should be 186. So then there's 4. It's about 14 more streams. 2 weeks from now. And we'll see what happens. What's up, kitten? I should have a kitty cam. I should put up more cameras. I was thinking about moving my office to my living room. Where are we at here? We're almost at an hour. What are you doing, kitten? I'm glad I looked at this. You know, if I'm only making these streams like an hour, I think like at least, I could probably just like turn it on anytime I look at this project for a long period of time. Oof. Wonder how long I could. What if I just woke up and streamed? That might be a little bit better than I thought. I'd be running late for work, but eh. think I got a pretty good handle on this. I don't want to start drawing anything tonight. I think tomorrow might be good to get into this scene. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. Folks, I'm back to work. I'm very happy to be back on this. I think with this next kind of punch through, resetting up with the schedule, I'm going to have a much better product than I would have with my previous deadline. I think I just have problems. I just don't want to put out a bad product. And I think I have a pretty decent product here, but I'd like to have something that lasts stands the test of time, if you will. That might be too bold of a thing to do. But, yeah. I'm excited. All right. Hey, kitten, let's go to bed. I just had some ice cream. I'm ready for bed. All right. Peace out, y'all.